My name is Darylyn Davis, and I am in Washington, D.C. Hi, my name is Darylyn Davis, and this is Purpose by Branden Jacobs-Jenkins. You know what? You're right. At one time, maybe the thought did cross my mind to end this. But I tell you what I realized. I have given this man children. I brought life into this world for him and let him throw his last name on them. But what he doesn't understand is that those lives are still my flesh. They are me and my matter. I can't go nowhere and leave my flesh behind and become no props. I owe them that. And if you were really sorry, you would help me. You have got to help us get on up out of this family. But the only way that's going to happen is if you're willing to testify on my behalf. I'm divorcing your brother the moment I can. I have to, especially now. But the way your family tied me up in this damn prenup, I can't get what I'm owed unless I can prove I was defrauded here. And you know I was. I didn't have nothing to do with what your brother was doing. When I get out, I will have nothing. I don't come from money. I've been disbarred for this. The only marketable skill I have is cleaning houses. I can't be like my mama, have my kids running up behind me, cleaning houses. I see you. I know you feel the same way I do in this family. The same kind of trapped. I saw you growing up in all of this. I know why you be out there running around in them woods. You want to be left alone. So do I. And I promise I'll make it as painless as I can. But I need to get me and my kids out. You just got to tell me you'll help me. Hi, my name is Darylyn Davis, and this is Fairview by Sibblies, Drury. I said assorted root vegetables, and you said, what's a root vegetable? And I said anything that grows underground. And you said, like what? And I said, just look in the store and think about it and get some of what you think looks good. And you said, oh, no. I need specific instructions so that I don't do the wrong thing. Oh, no, you said. And then I said, fine. I need 4 parsnips, 4 sweet potatoes, a turnip, a beet, and a celeriac. And you said, what's a celeriac? And I said, a celery root. And you said, what's a celery root? And I showed you a picture. And you said, that looks nasty. I said, it looks just like a root. And you said, carrots don't look like that. And I said, they would without genetic modification. And then we argued about the industrialization of agriculture and its effects on our concept of what food is supposed to look like. And then after that argument, I said, do you want me to write you a list of the root vegetables I need? And you said, no, you don't need to write this stuff down. And I said, are you sure? And you said, Beverly, I don't need to write anything down. And I said, okay, but do you want me to remind you? And you said, you treat me like some kind of fool. And I kept my mouth shut. And I thought, I should remember to remind him. And I knew that I should have reminded you. I said to myself, you should remind him. And then I said to myself, oh no, you don't need to remind him. He's a grown man. He knows what he said he'd do. He knows how important this is to me. He knows everything about this dinner needs to be perfect. And then you come in here and one day I will kill you. Do you hear me? I will murder you one day. Mark my words.